engine is in the chassis permanently, and the good thing is there's plenty of space everywhere around to work on it, so I don't have to remove it neither to build the exhaust manifold or work on the car around. Plenty of space for the alternator, as you can see, plenty of space for the axle to travel up. I use that thick aluminium plate to move that original mounting up just quickly. This is actually the plate I had as it is, as a leftover. I didn't even bother to chop it off to the size, just left it as it is. On this side, let me put this torch here. You can see this is beautiful because you got access to everything. Actually, there is let me just put this one on. There is a power steering pump which goes here, but this is pretty much it. I removed the standard fuel filter from here, which is gonna use. I'm gonna put another 2 of them, separated ones, for the fuel system over there, much bigger than the standard one. So all this space is available. And I was thinking, because you see how much not space, how little space I have to build this equal flow plenum. Honestly tiny. A single plenum will be fine, but I'm not happy with a single plenum. I want to do equal flow plenum. I do it for everyone. Fuck it, I need one for my engine as well. So initially I was thinking maybe, as you can see from here, to put this first chamber over here and the second chamber over here, and maybe get with a boost pipe obviously connected from here, because there's plenty of space. But then I thought, well, no, I'm not gonna do it, because I want to keep this access here, and I think I'm gonna build it on the top there, because plenty of space here. You know, you understand once it's done. It's not exactly the same way I do it usually. This is gonna be slightly different, slightly less efficient, but still 100 times better than the standard one. This way, obviously, I got a great access to everything. You see the starter motor there. I can access those pipes. If they get loose or anything, I can actually work on the pump. I can actually replace the pump with the engine inside the chassis, no problems, plenty of space. I left the standard preheater, fuel preheater. I like the Merc, what they've done with it, because obviously when it's freezing cold, it is good to preheat the fuel, obviously bring it up to the temp. And this was in a good state, no need to be replaced. There's no corrosion inside, so I left it there. I'm happy with it. All the glow plugs, there's a good access to them, all of them, no problems whatsoever. And then the beauty is, oh, let me just remove this pump before it gets broken. I didn't put any bolts on it, so it may just snapped off. Just put it on the bench. There you go. So as I was saying, these pipes, they're not gonna be on the top here. They're gonna run from this side, from the bottom, because one, I think this one here is gonna go to the fuel filter. This is external housing. Is gonna be mounted slightly higher there, and this. So I was saying this one goes to, I think this rear one. This one goes to the oil cooler somewhere in the front of the car, and from the oil cooler to this one here, which is gonna be longer. So I still have to work on this remote filter system. These are my old pipes that I used to use in the Jeep when I had one of these engines in. But the beauty, as I was saying, I can work on the pump. There's plenty of space to work on everything. I can actually remove the injectors as well without removing the engine from the chassis. There's plenty of space there. What else? Yeah, the starter motor creates, everything creates perfectly. It's just spot on. It looks like this engine bay was built for this engine. It actually fits much better this engine than M57, which I built it for M57, but turns out this is supposed to be the engine in this car from the beginning. It looks like, oh wow. Everyone learns. I choose the M57 at the beginning because obviously low consumption, all this stuff, but then I thought I would really want one of these. So here we go. A few days and the engine is in, the gearbox is in. Oh, the gearbox turns out is not actually a straight fit. You have to change the bell housing. The bell housing, the ball pattern is all the same, but the gearbox itself is tuned clockwise about 15-20 degrees, quite a lot. So the sump was on the angle, and I had to change the bell housing. With the bell housing obviously off, you can see the pump and the clutch, but I can confirm that it is different. the clutch pack, the first clutch pack that you can see, removing the bell housing and the oil pump in the gearbox. It is bigger, it is different, it have more clutches inside, more plates, so it's definitely stronger. So I'm really happy with that. So already swapping this gearbox with the one from the Jeep, there you go, is much stronger. It is improvement already. It means I don't have to do it afterwards. Like some people swap the internals with the V8 ones, you know, the stuff. I don't have to, it's already all there. So that's happy days, and it was extremely cheap as well. This is a preheater, and you can see it, this is a BMW preheater electric one. I'm gonna remove it, not gonna use it anymore. Preheater for the water, for the metrics. I'm gonna use the electric pump from the Merc. If any of you drove the Mercs, you know, even if it's freezing outside, you turn the engine on, honestly 4 or 5 minutes, and it's nice and warm inside. Because they have this system to circulate the water just from the engine, I think, through the engine and the metrics when it's cold, and they improved it with this small pump. I don't really know exactly how it works, but I know it works, and I want it in the van because I don't like cold. I really don't. So if I can improve that, happy days. I'll be really happy. Another thing, as you can see, there's not much space here to make a big exhaust manifold, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use 2 standard exhaust manifolds, one from AOM 606, which is this one, and one from 605. Now this is just on the book, this is just a theory. I have this idea. If it works or not, I don't know. Once I have the 605 exhaust manifold, I can start working on it and then and show you how is it done, if it's possible. If it's possible, this is a great idea to have a nice, fairly efficient, not great, but fairly efficient twin scroll exhaust manifold built from standard ones to the twin scroll top mount turbo or bottom mount turbo. And to be honest, it is so simple. If I'm right, it is so simple to make it. Anyone can do it. If you can use the angle grinder and any weld, they don't have to be TIG, it could be MIG. Carry on, it is gonna be very, very easy to build. So happy with that. I'm off. I'm going home. Tomorrow I'm not going to work on the car. Tomorrow is just a day to tidy up all these cows again. What can you do? I'm going to tidy up, send a few parcels out because I'm supposed to send them a few days back. But obviously I was busy with more important stuff. Yes, I can't wait. Next week we carry on. Another 2 or 3 days to spend on the van. We'll see how far we go. I still have to wait for the pump to turn up, for the turbo, but I guess I can connect the electrics. I can remove all these wires maybe, and then start working on the radiator and the intercooler, because the radiator for this engine definitely has to be bigger. I said this in the previous video, and this is not going to be easy. I think I will have to build some dual core radiator custom made. I'm not really happy with custom made stuff on expedition vehicles, because again, if radiator fails, it breaks, or you accidentally somehow manage to put a hole through the radiator, you got to fix it. You can't just replace it, because you have to build another one, unless you build 2 of them and you carry a spare with you, which is kind of stupid. But sometimes you don't really have much choice, unless I find something standard that is fairly big that fits this chassis, but I doubt it, because I already looked before and there was nothing there I could find. So yeah, this is how it looks like, and next week I'm gonna show you more. I'm gonna build more. I like it yellow there.